Yeah.
Thank goodness.
All
right, it's 4:32. We have everyone except for Rick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 6.
He's not gonna be here.
He is not gonna be here. He's in Florida.
Oh, is he?
Any additions or adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, we wanna talk about, Dan's coming, we wanna talk about, financing.
Anything? All back from the bottom. Any motion to go approve the minutes from July 16th?
So moved.
Seconded.
And Ben. Comments, corrections, what's the other thing he says?
Because he's,
All in favor? All of us? Five zero zero. And we've got warrants. Take a peek at.
you know what? I didn't stop that coming out, guess I gotta go grab them, in order for you guys to sign them. If you wanna start looking at the other thing, I'll go grab the signing ones. I'll be right back.
When Karen comes back, I'm gonna ask about Captain Fish Holdings. You know what Captain Fish Holdings LLC is?
I think it's a field trip, kids, but no, not for sure.
Sounds like a front if I ever heard one.
Another big fish story.
Yeah, it was a boat watching, boat that the kids.
Ah, gotcha. You know off the top of your head which of the school districts RSU 48 is?
It's, used to be part of the AOS 93 or 98, Lindsay's new district.
It was part of
It
'93.
was part of 93, and it just broke off last year.
Last year was the first year.
So it's a new school district, actually. And we, have some of their students that come here because they don't have a high school.
Okay.
Is it
So do we have to refund
Bristol
them?
or somewhere down there?
Yes, we did.
Bristol and South Bristol, is that who it is?
It's Damascotta and Hyman.
Damascotta Bremen, okay, because Bristol and South Bristol, they come up with a different name.
They sort of
Coastal,
reorganized
Yeah.
down there.
and they've combined there too.
Okay.
Yes, we had to refund them, Julie. There was a tuition calculation error when we were billing them.
Dell Financial, I assume, is computers.
Yeah.
Like 60,000. Is that like new for this year, school year type of thing? Frontline, that's several different items, isn't it? Is it,
Yeah, so we
because it's
have,
the employment stuff?
so it does our time sheets.
Yeah.
It does our absence management, which is where people put in if they're gonna be out, which will then call substitutes for all 7 schools. It does hiring and recruiting. So there's a place in there where we can put all of our applicants in and send notifications out to potential candidates. And it's also got, trying to think of what the newest module is. We use Frontline Central, which is where we can now house a lot of the employees' records. So instead of Holly having to send out each person's employment contract, she can put it through there, they'll get an email, they can go in and review it, and so it's actually,
Yeah, I remember when we approved it. Is that the annual fee
yeah,
for all the modules?
yeah. So it's been working out really nice now that it took us 3 to 4 years to implement each of the models, and then kind of go back through and clean them up as we implemented the next ones, but it's working out quite nice.
On the sub one last year for the thing that was much nicer than in the past where everybody keep calling and calling and
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah, it saves the secretaries, my understanding is a lot of time in
Oh, I
the
bet.
mornings.
Yeah,
I mean, they still have to sometimes if nobody
yeah, I've gotten.
takes a job and then they have to call around, sort of thing.
Jobs for Maine graduates, is that an annual fee we have to
That
pay?
is, they used to give it to us for free for many, many years. And just,
Oh, I
I think
remember that
about 3
happening
years
now.
ago, they asked us to start kicking in some.
Do they pay for the teacher or do we also have to hire the teacher?
No, they pay for the
They pay for
teacher.
the
That's
teacher.
the only thing we pay for is that.
Yeah.
And we give them space at the
Yeah.
high school.
What are the charges at the end of July attributed to for Maine Health?
That's, which page are you on, Finn?
Which page am I on? 404.
Maybe it's the next 4.
There are many four.
That is,
Like 87 and then
Anything to do with the student health center?
no, I think it's, I don't know why it's 87,000, but there's a special purpose private school that its, parent company goes by Maine Health something, but the amount seems too big. So I'll look into that and find out what that is.
So it's not like Maine Health is in the hospital, it's like something else?
No, I thought it was, well, no, there's Maine Health, it's a school down in Portland or South Portland.
Gotcha.
But now I'll have to look it up because that does seem like it's too much. So it may be something to do with one of our insurances. I'll look it up right now while we go through the rest.
It was just the largest amount
No,
by
it is large.
a football field,
Sure.
so I was like, oh, I just was curious. That's why we pretend like we're looking through these. I'm gonna try to come down to everybody else's level. There we go.
That would be
And
almost
if you look on
impossible.
page 7, fresh fruits and vegetables, 0%.
I missed that. Far enough.
All right. Does anyone have any other questions on the warrants?
Warrants are coming around.
Do you need one more?
There's
I
only a
think
few.
Tim signed it, I haven't signed it. Left it for somebody else.
Just so you know, on
Kitchen.
these July, you'll see that salaries are not encumbered yet because we're still hiring. And so a lot of our new staff for teaching staff, for school staff, are not officially on the books until September. So we don't put all the encumbrances on, so that's why you'll see a lot of high percentage of money still outstanding, is because the salaries aren't encumbered for the school
And it's
year.
the first month.
So,
All right, so we're taking a look at the financials, we're on page 1 revenues.
so they're not very exciting financials.
They're not very exciting yet. But people are paying, so that's good. Towns are paying.
Towns are paying. They are, they're paying on time.
Friendship's tax bills went out.
Washington's the only town that's behind, but that's normal for this time of year.
They set their mill rate almost set it last night. They didn't actually vote on it and sign anything because they were missing some selectmen, so they decided to wait till next week, but they told us what it was gonna be about. Some are up and some are down because they reevaluated everybody.
Yeah.
But our mill rate's down to 12.4, they said.
Did all 5 towns do it at the same time? No, I know Washington hasn't. Washington hasn't done theirs for a long time.
You what?
Reval. Washington and Friendship.
Last year was 14.1, and now we're 12.4, but my valuation went up that I'm still paying more or less.
Oh,
We'll see how it works out for everybody. Some people will be happy and some people won't be.
Actually, I know Tim just joked about it, but what is the significance of having that 0% included with the fresh fruits and vegetables thing on page 7? Because there's an asterisk that says it was included in a state reimbursement.
So what that is the reason we have that in there is Fresh Fruits and Vegetables is a grant. And so when Storm gets that, grant money, we put it in the line with the regular state funding. But you'll see the expense always is, there's never a budget for it, because we don't know how much we're gonna get. So you'll always see it looks like we're way overspent, but, so I always put a notation because the revenue is sitting in the revenue line. I keep thinking I might break it out separate, because it always looks weird every year. It looks like we're spending money we don't have. But she can only spend, it's Miller and Warren are the only ones that get it. They get a grant that they package up fresh fruits and vegetables and they give it to the students in the middle of the day as a snack. And it's a grant that we get for that.
Was there a time that the old elementary schools did that? Because I seem to remember Union used to.
It could be before my time. Since I've been here, it's been Miller and Warren.
Gotcha.
Is that like tied to Title I funds or something like that? Is that
It
why it's
might
only
have
those
been,
schools?
yeah. It could have been tier 3, so now that tier 3 is going away in those 2 schools, it's possible that might happen as well. But I think it's a great program.
Is it typical for custodial care to be so high in the first month through the summer? Is it because his work's being done? This is really got 50. Oh, you've already encumbered it.
Yeah,
Never mind.
the year-round employees are
Sorry.
encumbered, yeah.
Sorry.
It's just the school staff that hasn't been.
I remember when I was a kid, they had the fresh fruit thing at the school. And one of the lunch ladies came with this big cardboard box with these pre-packaged like pineapple spears. And I still remember everybody trying to navigate fitting the whole piece of pineapple in their mouth.
That sounds right.
Life skills.
Yeah. That's all right, when I was in school, we still had soda machines, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what the Maine Health is. So Maine Health gives us grants every year, the high school and the middle school, and they submit money, submit applications saying they're gonna spend it on these various things, like, say, 3 years ago, the middle school started a game club for after school, like video games, and a garden club, and say a science club. I remember the video game one because my kids were such video kids. But so they bought a whole bunch of, say, PlayStations and all these things. But they put in an outline of all the money they were going to spend, and whatever they didn't spend, they have to send back to Maine Health. It's a Maine Health grant. And unfortunately, this year between the high school and the middle school, they didn't spend $90,000 of the grant, so we had to cut a check and send it back. So it wasn't our money to start with, but we didn't spend it, so we had to send it back.
Gotcha.
So that's what that was. So, I joked with Brian, I
Did
joked
you say
with,
we left 90 grand on the table?
I joked with Brian, I'll put him on the job, he'll spend 90,000 and another 10 after that.
We couldn't put it towards like health insurance and all.
So, I mean,
It'd be student activity related,
it's
right?
student activity related, and I don't know the other criteria, and I am gonna reach out to them. I'm not overly involved in it, but ask them if it can be at the elementary levels as well, because there's needs there for field trips and things like that, the towns are helping with. And sometimes like the museums will give us, will reimburse us for trips, so I'm wondering if Maine Health may be able to help us with that as well. I'm not sure why this year we returned so much. Maida or Matt may be able to answer that better than I can, but.
I seem to remember there was some other like after-school program. I don't remember what the specifics of it were, but it was kind of a similar situation where it wasn't our money to begin with. We wanted to do it and we didn't get there, so then
Right.
it was left on the table and ended up being here and it's showing as going out the door when it wasn't. Yeah.
So the money came in and, they give us so many months to spend it and then we have to return it.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions on financials?
I did get the sign up list for you, but I think, but,
Oh, yeah. Audience, no audience. All right, no action items unless there's something with what you wanted to speak with.
I'm not sure if Dan wants to do that as an action item or just a notification of the financing on the CD, so,
Yeah, actually, an action item would be great,
okay.
because I'd like to, if the finance committee is amicable, I'd like to take it to the next, board at the next meeting.
Would you like me to hand this out?
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah. So basically what Karen's handing around is, I asked the question when I came on, and, it sounds like we have a significant amount of cash on hand right now, and looking at what we're doing with that cash. And so we have something called a sweep account, so basically at the end of each day, the money that we have in our operating accounts gets swept out, that is interest bearing for us. But what Karen and I have been looking at is whether or not that's the maximum amount of interest we could earn with that money. And so right now, where we just went with the First as our primary financial institution, we're at a sweep rate of about 3.4%, Karen?
Correct.
Yep. So when they sweep that in, we're earning 3.4% on it. That's an introductory rate that's gonna go away in November and go to 2.9%. And so what Karen's been doing and working with the bank is to look, if we took some of the cash on hand we have that we know we don't need for our short-term liabilities, putting it into a CD and, maximizing our interest on it. So you'll see here what the difference would be versus the sweep rates versus, that I just said, versus our, what a CD would look like. So you'll see at the top, when you see a term there of our current checking rate right now, 3.4. 5 months from now, what that would be 1 month to 5 months, if you would. Down, if you go, you'll see with the 2.9%, what that's going to look like after November. And then you'll see below that what a CD would look like. We can get a 3.9% for 1 month, 3.85% for 3 months. If we go up a little bit, 7 months, we're at 3.7. 3.85 for 5 months, so that 5 month is a pretty sweet spot for us right now. So you can see there, we'll make more money in interest rather than just letting it sit in our sweep account.
Ask a question as a non-committee member. What the risks are associated with that, if we would have to pull that money early out of the CD, what that would look like?
There isn't any. So there's a lady at the bank who will monitor it for us, and every month they can pull it out for us. And I'm doing 2 million to be conservative, to make sure we're not in a situation where we'll have to, knowing what monies and what time of year we have the biggest spends, which is right around now when school first starts. So they're gonna monitor it for us, but I feel very comfortable that we could keep the two floating. So if we were to do this for a whole year, we could earn upwards of $60,000 by moving it. And we just changed banks, and the prior bank was only giving us 0.25% in our sweep account. So just having it in the sweep, we're earning money, but by putting it in a CD, we could earn even more.
So in my mind, it's a pretty no-risk way to increase our revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same bank.
At the same bank,
Yeah.
Yep. And the person at the bank she'll advise us, like, when it's starting to get due, do we want to roll it over? Do we want her to put it back in the bank account for us? To make sure that we're covering everything we need to cover.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic.
should make money.
Yeah, it should.
Feels like free
If we
money
can.
we're leaving on the table if we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
But I'd like to, since we don't have an investment policy, we'll need to bring this to the full board on September 3rd, so I'd like to make sure that we have the finance committee's blessing before taking it to the full board for approval.
Yeah, as long as Karen's certain that we can, take it whenever we need it. Are there any other?
no, and that's what I asked her, because I initially was
Yeah.
gonna go with just 1 month at a time, and she says, I can monitor it for you, and there's no risk. because obviously I'm risk averse with someone else's money.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, this isn't like, putting it into the stock
No,
market
no,
where
no,
there's
that's
a
what I'm
risk of
saying,
losing
yeah, no,
your
of course,
time.
it's like as low risk as you can get.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great,
And if you pull it, the only thing you lose is the additional
The
interest
future.
or.
Yeah.
But like Karen said, she's also looked at what our, what our cash on hand is and what our short-term liabilities look like, and
Yeah.
I don't wanna speak for her, but this is an amount you feel comfortable
Yeah, I
with.
feel comfortable with this.
I was a little bit high, is there any other, but
What's that?
more money makes more money.
Right, I mean, and that's what
I'm like,
and
is
that's
there
what they'll
another
look,
million?
Yeah. and that's what they'll look at for us
Yeah.
as we
Yeah.
go on
That's
to
great.
see. There may be times a year when we have a month or two where we could.
Mhm.
But even in the sweep account at 2.9 versus 1/4%, we're gonna do a lot better than we were doing anyway.
It's a great
And
idea.
that sweeps every day. And what that does is basically it sweeps and it only pulls back in enough to cover anything that comes in that day. So
Mhm.
everything else stays invested
Yeah.
if it's in the sweep.
Yeah, 2.9 is a good sweep rate, it really
Yeah.
is. It's very, very solid,
Yeah.
very solid. It's just not as good as the CD rates.
Mhm.
Now, is there a reason why the district wasn't doing that before?
That is a really good question. The bank that we were with was just not offering us good rates on either the CD or the sweep account.
Hmm.
So when we went out to bid, we asked for a whole big package and the CDs were in it. And when Dan got here, he asked the question and I called them up and they said, absolutely, we can do that for you.
That sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a good opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys checked it out.
So to make a motion, I just want to figure out how detailed that needs to be. What I've written here is to recommend to the full board to draft an investment policy to allow investment of fund balance into higher interest CDs. Is that what we're doing, or what are we?
So I think a policy makes a lot of sense. I'd really love to get this money earning interest sooner than later, so I was hoping for an action item to recommend to the board allowing this transaction, the moving of $2 million from our cash on hand into a short-term CD.
So full board to allow investment of, should it say fund balance, or should it say, what should it say?
From
our funds on hand, or?
motion to move cash from bank, business account